The video talks about Kitavan tribes, and this guy says that they are living longer on a healthy and tribals 80%. Yeah, 80% carbs plus meat, saturated fats. They eat fruits and starch. Is it true? Yes, but at the same time, it's very fibrous. They tend to consume their saturated fats are coming from coconut oil. So they consume. There are some there. It's the Tuvalu as well. They actually were consuming like 52% of their intake was coming from pretty much from coconut, primarily from coconut. Yeah, it was from coconut oil, I think it's coconut oil and the meat part as well, both. So yeah, that was primarily, but at the same time, a lot of that is very high in certain uh, medium chain triglycerides and short chain fatty acids. There's a few, I think, or no, I'm probably wrong on that one, but they will convert to ketone bodies. Then you've basically got a whole lot of saturated fats that actually will induce reverse electron transport that will actually biosynthesize more and actually more mitochondria, which can manage that side of things. And then the other thing is these people these sort of carbohydrates were not basically, the type of carbohydrates we're talking about. You know, um, these people were tending to basically eat stuff that was very fibrous. If you take a look at and they also underate, so they weren't engaging the Randall cycle because they underate these populations. Now, if you go and see the populations, because they overeat, they get too much energy in, and they're more sedentary and all that, they are very obese and very unhealthy. So the ones that have moved to the cities and stuff like that. But the ones that were undernourished and all that were basically didn't have those health markers, and they were physically active, so they were depleting the glycogen anyway. As I've said in the past, as our food supply dropped in the interglacial period and the fattiness of the animals dropped, humans were forced into tubers and other sources of energy in the tribal areas, and that's when the N14 data started going up in the last 20,000 years. It's not accidental; it's because they had no option. And the interglacial period was getting warmer, the animals were getting leaner, so you had to get energy from somewhere, especially in an environment where you don't have a supermarket around or anything like that. You need to access every single source of energy. And these were people, generally speaking, undernourished. That's why they weren't engaging the Randall cycle. That's why it wasn't an issue. Now that they are engaging the Randall cycle, it is an issue. So they're very unhealthy in comparison. And the other thing that's very important to say is there were never recorded any longevity people. So there were never a case where where the Maasai, who are running a low ketotic state, there are many centenarians amongst them. And a number of the other tribal, amongst the Inuit, there were centenarians. But we never found amongst the Kitavan any centenarians. So they don't live long lives. So it's, you know, it allows them to breed and keep healthy enough to breed over a number of generations, but they don't live long lives, and they're not very tall either. So there's a whole lot of things, in that they don't tell you. They just tell you, oh, they're healthy, and they were eating this amount. Yes, but they were undernourished. They weren't eating as much, and they were not engaging the Randall cycle, something that many of these academics don't still understand, even though Philip Randall, published it back in 1963. How long does it take for people to basically start understanding things? But when you're not interested in learning other things, you don't. Unfortunately, it's the reality. But no, as I always point to these people, show me a study that actually shows Kitavans as centenarians, and they look at you, no, because they don't exist. And we know that when you look at longevity populations, they tend to be more low carb, and they tend to basically eat more animal foods. Traditional longevity people. So yeah, it's more bullshit, different day.